What is up, YouTube? Back in Madden 23. If you like Madden 23 rebuilds, then you came to the right place. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, make some suggestions for other types of rebuilds you would like to see down in the comments below. If I pick your comment, I will feature it in that video. Joseph Jones said, how about the Commanders? So today we're going to be doing a 5-year rebuild of the Washington Commanders. The Eagles beat the Bengals in the Super Bowl 28-14 to win their second Super Bowl. Jalen Hurts won Super Bowl MVP. Patrick Mahomes won MVP of the regular season with the Chiefs. Nick Sirianni won Coach of the Year with the Eagles. Devontae Adams won Offensive Player of the Year with the Raiders. Nick Bosa won Defensive Player of the Year with the 49ers. Kenneth Walker won Offensive Rookie of the Year with the Seahawks. Jalen Petrie won Defensive Rookie of the Year with the Texans. Looking at the season stats, the Commanders had the 20th ranked offense. Defensively, number 4. So we have a lot of work to do on offense. Obviously, this team is a quarterback. Defense is actually pretty freaking good. Heineke had 1,800 yards passing, 12 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, 62% completion with the 89 rating. Carson Wentz, 1,700 yards, 11 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, 62% completion with the 80 rating. Sam Howell in one game had threw for 169 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 57% completion, 83 rating. Brian Robinson had 797 yards rushing, led the team, 3.9 per carry with 2 touchdowns. Antonio Gibson, 500 yards, 3.7 per carry with 3 touchdowns. Terry McLaurin had a great year, 77 catches, almost 1,200 yards, 5 touchdowns. Curtis Samuel, 650 yards, 4 touchdowns. Jahan Dotson had 500 yards, 7 touchdowns. Defensively, Jamin Davis led the team in tackles with 104. Jonathan Allen and Deron Payne both had 18 TFLs. Deron Payne led the team in sacks with 11.5. Montez Sweat had 8. Jonathan Allen had 7.5. Obadiah had 4. And then Chase Young, he only played in 3 games, so we're looking for a bounce back year for him going forward. Derek Forrest had 4 interceptions. Kendall Fuller had 3. Jonathan Allen and Danny Johnson both had 1. We have $106 million in cap space. Deron Payne's 26 years old. He's an 83 overall scheme fit with superstar dev. He has a lot of interest in coming back, and I definitely want to bring him back. He's coming back on a 2-year deal. Cole Holcomb, 27 years old, 81 overall scheme fit. He only has normal dev, which is not ideal, but I'm going to go ahead and try to re-sign him. He has a lot of interest. 4-year deal is not that bad. It's actually pretty cheap. He's coming back. Trey Turner, 75 overall scheme fit at right guard. He wants a 1-year deal. I guess I'll go ahead and do that. He's 30 years old, so, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. 1 year. He's coming back. And then pretty much everyone else I'm moving on from. We don't need Carson Wentz back. We don't need Taylor Heineke back. We're gonna be moving on and trying to find us a new quarterback. This is what the team is looking like before free agency. We need to get a new quarterback. Sam Howell is not the answer. He's only a 61 overall with normal div. And Madden, that's not going to be good. He might be the answer in real life, but right now, he's not. We're good at running back. We're good at receiver. Offensive line. Norwell is a left guard, so we do need a new center. Logan Thomas, I guess we'll keep him for 1 more year. He's getting up there in age. Defensively, the defense is the strength of this team for sure, especially the defensive line. We do need a 3rd cornerback. Could use an upgrade at free safety, and we do need another outside linebacker. The free agent options that we have for quarterback, I'm not liking what I'm seeing here. There's a few 30-year-old guys, 31, 32 years old. Geno Smith, Garoppolo, Jacoby Brissett, Daniel Jones, Baker Mayfield. I'm not trying to do a retread at quarterback, so I'm going to be moving forward, trying to get one in the draft, or maybe even trying to trade for one from another team. Free agency, all I'm doing is getting Marcus Peters at cornerback. He's 84 overall, scheme fit, star dev, 30 years old, got him on a 1-year deal. And Nate Davis, I'm going to be moving him to center. He's a right guard, 77 overall, scheme fit, star dev, 26 years old, got him on a 3-year deal. Here in the draft, I'm trading up to the number 3 pick from the Arizona Cardinals, and they want my 1st round pick next year and a 2nd round pick next year and a 2nd round pick this year. I'm going to be drafting CJ Stroud at quarterback. Here in the 1st round pick number 3 we just traded for, I'm going to be drafting CJ Stroud, quarterback from Ohio State. He's 6'3", 218 pounds. He's a field general. He's a true 1st to 2nd round talent along with Will Levis, but we're going to go with CJ Stroud. 21 years old. He's a top fit for us, as you can see down there. He has great jumping, solid speed, good strength, good throw power, solid agility, decent acceleration, A deep accuracy, A medium accuracy, A short accuracy. He's got hidden dev with 90 throw power and 80 speed. We have another first round pick here, number 16. So I'm going to be trading that away to the Raiders, and they're going to give me a first round, second round, and fourth round pick next year. So that way we get our first round pick back for next season and also pick up some other draft picks. Here in the fourth round, we did not have a second or third round pick. I'm going to draft this right guard, Henry Bainavalu. I guess that's how you say it. From Washington, he's 6'6", 307 pounds. Power scheme fit. 23 years old. He has solid in everything, but great change of direction with good strength. He has hit in dead with 87 strength. Nice find. We're in the fourth round. Here in the fifth round, I'm going to draft this right tackle, Wanya Morris from Oklahoma. He's 6'5", 301 pounds. He's a power guy. He has a chance to have A in his awareness. He does have A impact block. 21 years old. Good acceleration, great change of direction, good speed. Normal dead with 85 strength. Sixth round, I'm going to draft this cornerback, Cameron Mitchell from Northwestern. He's 5'11", 195 pounds, man-to-man scheme fit, only having 50% scouted. 22 years old. He has solid acceleration and agility, solid jumping, good speed with decent strength. Normal dead with 91 speed. Here in the seventh round, I'm going to draft this kicker, Jake Moody from Michigan. He's 6 foot, 210 pounds. We need to upgrade our kicker position. He's 23 years old. I don't know if any of this physical stuff matters for a kicker, but we're going to draft this guy. He has A kick accuracy. He has hit in dead with 93 kick power. Nice. Checking out the draft recap, CJ Stroud, we drafted him number 3 in the first round. He's a 73 overall. He has 80 speed. He has hit in dead, 21 years old. 90 throw power, 82 deep accuracy and medium accuracy. Short accuracy is 86. 71 awareness, 80 throw on the run. The rest of the picks that we had not looking so good. This guy did have hit in dead, but he's only a 65 overall. This guy is 65, this guy is a 66, and the kicker is a 73. How much kicking power does the kicker have? Do we see that? 93 kick power, 81 accuracy. The Chicago Bears drafted Myles Murphy, number 1 overall. He's a 76 defensive end. And then the Texans took Bryce Young with the number 2 pick for a 76 overall quarterback. Will Anderson went to the Colts. Jalen Carter went to the Seahawks. I'm trying to see where the other quarterbacks went. Will Levis went to the Raiders, so that's where they traded for us to get that pick. He was still on the board at that time. Crazy. Highest in the whole class, 79 overall, Jalen Carter, defensive tackle. This is the starting lineup for season 1. CJ Stroud, 73 overall, hitting dev at quarterback. Brian Robinson, 79 overall with star dev at running back. And we also have Gibson, 77 with star dev as a backup. McLaurin's a 93 with X Factor, wide receiver 1. Samuel's a 82 with normal div, and then Dotson's a 77 with normal div. We also have De'Ami Brown over here. He's only a 71 with star div as a 4th receiver. Logan Thomas at tight end, 73 with star div. I want to see how old he is real quick. 32 years old. Yeah, he's going to fall off hardcore after this season. Gonna have to get a new tight end for sure. On the offensive line, I didn't realize that we still had Rouillet here at center. Chase Rouillet, he's 30 years old, 79 overall with star div. We're definitely going to be keeping him for sure. Turner, I think he's 30 years old, so I'm going to move Davis to right guard and trade Turner away. And then we still have Norwell, Leno, and Cosme. So the offensive line is not terrible. It's not great, but it's not terrible. Defensively, the best player we have is Allen at defensive tackle. He's a 93 X Factor. And then we have Chase Young, 87 with superstar dev at defensive end. Deron Payne's 85 with superstar dev at defensive tackle. Sweat is 83 with star dev at defensive end. Fuller is 88 with star dev as our cornerback 1. Brought in Marcus Peters to play cornerback 2. He's 84 with star dev and a scheme fit. And then St. Juice is going to be in the slot, 75 with normal div. Going with McCain at free safety for this season. Davis is a 76 with star div. Holcomb, we brought him back. He's 81 with normal div. Smith Williams is going to be playing outside linebacker over here. And then Curl at strong safety is 82 with star div. I was checking out trade offers for Turner, the right guard, but there's really not anything worth it. So I'm just going to keep him for this one season as a backup. As far as the schemes and the playbooks go, I'm going to leave everything default to what they have here for Washington. It's the vertical power run, 76% scheme fit, base 4-3 on defense, 89% scheme fit. Washington offensive and defensive playbooks. The midseason point, we're actually off to a great start, 6-1, leading the division. The Eagles are 3-3, the Cowboys are 3-4, and the Giants are 1-5. See what players we have to negotiate with. We have $90 million in cap space. Kendall Fuller, 28 years old, 88 overall with star div. He has some interest in coming back. He wants a 1-year deal for 14.6 mil. I'm gonna go ahead and offer him a 2-year deal. He's coming back. 74 million left. Marcus Peters, probably will bring him back, but I'm gonna wait till the end of the year. He's probably gonna regress some. Cameron Curl at strong safety. He has no interest in coming back, but I do want to bring him back. 24 years old, 83 overall, scheme fit with star dev. 4-year deal, so let's bump him up to a 6-year deal. He wants more. Alright, Montez Sweat, definitely do want to bring him back too. He's 26 years old, 83 overall, scheme fit, star dev. 3-year deal for 37 mil. Let's offer him that straight up. He's coming back. Some people are easy to please. Curtis Samuel, might move on from him. I'm gonna wait till the end of the year. Do want to bring Andrew Norwell back, but I'm gonna wait till the end of the year. He's 31. He's gonna be regressing. End of the regular season, we finished 10-7. We did make it into the playoffs, even though we finished 3rd in our division. Cowboys went 11-6. The Eagles went 10-7, and the Giants went 8-9. Check out the players' stats. We had the 26th ranked offense. That's not good for sure. Defensively 2nd. That is awesome for sure. CJ Stroud threw for 4,200 yards, 37 touchdowns, 17 interceptions, 62% completion with a 93 rating. Not a bad season from him. He's definitely going to improve for sure. Brian Robinson, 1,000 yards rushing, only 3.7 per carry. Did get 12 touchdowns though. Antonio Gibson, 376 yards, 3.8 per carry with 1 touchdown. CJ Stroud had another 4 touchdowns rushing. Scary Terry McLaurin had 1,097 yards with 11 touchdowns. Jahan Dotson, 1,000 yards, 9 touchdowns. Curtis Samuel, 700 yards, 7 touchdowns. Logan Thomas, 600 yards with 5 touchdowns. Defensively, Cole Holcomb had 121 tackles. Chase Young had 13 TFLs, led the team. Chase Young had 15.5 sacks, led the team. Nice. Montez Sweat, 15 sacks as well. Jonathan Allen, 7. Deron Payne, 3.5. Smith Williams had 3 also. Kendall Fuller led the team in interceptions with 4. Marcus Peters had 3 along with McCain and Curl. Forrest, Robertson, and Holcomb had 1 interception. Going to be playing against the 11-6 San Francisco 49ers in the wild card round. We also have the Packers against the Eagles, the Cowboys against the Cardinals, and the Panthers had a first round bye week. We ended up beating the 49ers 26-20. Now we're going to be playing against the 13-4 Carolina Panthers in a divisional round. On the other side, we have the Packers against the Cowboys. Unfortunately, the Panthers knocked us out of the playoffs, beating us 21-16. The Panthers beat the Dolphins in the Super Bowl 37-22 to win their first ever Super Bowl, and Jimmy Garoppolo was their quarterback, winning Super Bowl MVP. Patrick Mahomes won MVP of the regular season with the Chiefs. Zach Taylor won Coach of the Year with the Bengals. David Montgomery won Offensive Player of the Year with the Panthers. What the heck? Aaron Donald won Defensive Player of the Year with the Rams. Anthony Richardson won Offensive Rookie of the Year with the Buccaneers. And Noah Sewell won Defensive Rookie of the Year with the Giants. Definitely need to go check out the Panthers stats for the season real quick. Jimmy Garoppolo had the season of his life, throwing for 4,400 yards, 40 touchdowns, and only 8 interceptions, 65% completion with a 108 rating. And then David Montgomery won Offensive Player of the Year with 1,600 yards rushing, 20 touchdowns. Did he have any receiving yards? Heck yeah, he had 55 catches, 600 yards, and 6 touchdowns. Panthers going off. We have $90 million in cap space. I'm going to try to bring Marcus Peters back. He has a lot of interest in coming back. 31 years old, 83 overall, scheme fit with star dev. Just under $10 million for 1 year. Coming back. Cameron Curl. Alright, we do want to bring him back. I already offered him a deal and he was like, nope, let's try to get him again. We offered him a 6-year deal and he turned it down. So I offered him a 6-year deal yet again. Now he's coming back. Curtis Samuel. I think I'm gonna wait and see if we can upgrade his position in free agency. If not, we can always bring him back. Andrew Norwell, I am gonna try to bring him back. He's coming back. Antonio Gibson, 26 years old. He lost his star dev. He's down to normal dev. He's still at 78 overall. He wants a 3-year deal for 9.5 mil. He has no interest in coming back, but I'm gonna bump him up to a 4-year deal and offer him that. He's coming back. He's gonna be our backup running back. Bobby McCain, 75 overall with normal dev. He's 31 years old. Yeah, I'm moving on from him. Probably gonna end up moving on from the rest of these guys as well. Checking out the team salaries. Logan Thomas, 33 years old, and he's down to a 68 overall. He's on the last year of his deal. It's gonna make $8 million, but we can save $6 million by releasing him right now, so that's what I'm gonna do. This is what the team looks like before free agency. CJ Stroud's at 80 overall with star dev. Robinson's at 82 with star. We could use a third receiver. Brown lost his star dev that he had. The offensive line will be okay for one more season. We do need to upgrade at tight end. Defensively, we got all superstars on the D-line besides Sweat. And we also have Fuller at cornerback 1, but he's on injured reserve right now, so that's why it's not showing him. Oh, here he is, right here. So we could use a third corner, and we definitely need to upgrade at free safety. Free agency, I was able to get Trayvon Diggs at cornerback. He's an 89 overall star dev, 26 years old, got him on a 3-year deal. Got Antoine Winfield Jr. at free safety. He's an 88 overall star dev scheme fit, 26 years old, got him on a 5-year deal. Wide receiver Gabe Davis, 84 overall, 25 years old, star dev scheme fit on a 3-year deal. And then Adam Trotman at tight end, 74 overall, got him on a 1-year deal, just in case we can't draft the tight end. Here in the first round, we have pick number 11 since we traded for the Raiders pick last season. I was scouting left tackles really heavily, and all the ones that are supposed to be first rounders are looking bad. Like this guy's 3rd to 4th round talent, have him 100% scouted. This guy is a true 2nd and 3rd round talent. Same with this guy, but this cornerback right here is a true 1st round talent. 100% scouted. His name's Jason Stackhouse from Florida. He's 6'4", 202 pounds, 21 years old. He has elite agility, good change of direction, elite jumping with good speed. He has hidden dead with 91 speed. Second round, I'm going to pick this tight end, Larry Dillinger from Ole Miss. He's 6'3", 243 pounds, vertical threat scheme fit. He's 22 years old. He's a top fit for us, and he has great acceleration, elite agility, good change of direction, and jumping with elite speed and great strength. He's got hidden dead with 87 speed. Third round, I'm going to draft this right guard, Todd Hitchens from Ohio State. He's 6'4", 304 pounds. He's a pass protector, which is a scheme fit for us at the tackle position. He's 21 years old, and he has good acceleration, elite change of direction with good speed and solid strength. Got hidden dead with 85 strength. Fourth round, I'm going to draft this outside linebacker, Kelvin Hall from Western Michigan. He's 6'4", 246 pounds. He's a speed rusher, so he'll be moving to defensive end for sure. 21 years old. He has decent acceleration and agility, elite speed with solid strength. No one dead with 86 speed. We have another 4th round pick here. I'm going to draft this linebacker, Felix Turk from San Jose State. He's 6'1", 227 pounds. He's a pass coverage guy. 22 years old. He has elite acceleration with great change of direction and good speed. Normal dead with 83 speed. 5th round, I'm going to draft this running back, Darren Ware from Tulane. He's 5'10", 228 pounds. He's a power back scheme fit. 22 years old. He has solid acceleration, good jump, and solid speed with great strength. No one did with 89 speed, 80 strength. Checking out the draft recap, that cornerback we drafted in the first round is a 75 overall, and he did have hidden div, 21 years old, 91 speed. He has 79 catching, 75 man coverage, 67 zone coverage. Second round pick tight end, Larry Dillinger is a 73 overall, 87 speed, and he has hidden div. He's definitely going to be the starter for us right away. He has 79 catching, 75 awareness, and 76 spectacular catch. Third round pick, Todd Hitchens, the right guard, is a 72 overall, and he did have hidden dev as well. I'm going to end up moving him to left tackle and see if that changes his overall, because that's a position that he's going to be playing. Went ahead and changed him to left tackle, and he went down to a 71 overall, but that's still good. And the rest of the guys, they're all in the 60s, mid 60s to upper 60s. Let's check out the entire NFL draft recap. Number 1 pick was an 82 overall tight end that went to the Lions. Nice. And the highest in the whole class was an 84 running back that went to the Bears. 97 speed. Wow. This is the starting lineup for the second season. CJ Stroud's a 78 with star div. Robinson's a 82 with star div. McLaurin's a 96 with X Factor. Dotson's a 80 with normal div. Brought in Gabriel Davis in free agency. He's an 85 with star div. I'm going to end up making Dillinger the starter at tight end over Trotman. And then Hitchens, he was a guard, but we drafted him and he moved him to left tackle. He's going to be the backup for Leno, but Leno's on the last year of his deal and he's already over 30. So Hitchens is going to be taking over for him next year. The rest of the offensive line is actually pretty decent. Defensively, we still have 3 superstar devs on the defensive line, and then Montez Sweat is 85 with star dev. Brought in Trayvon Diggs in free agency is 89 star dev at corner, and then we have Fuller and Peters. But I'm thinking, I know we just drafted Stackhouse in the first round, so I'm thinking we might trade Peters and St. Just both at the same time, or trade them away this season. So we got Holcomb and Davis at linebackers. Curl and Winfield we brought in at free agency is 88 overall star dev, and then Forrest as a backup. He actually gets a lot of playing time for being a backup safety. Look at his stats from last season. He had 102 tackles and an interception, so I don't want to trade him away. I keep getting offers from him, but I'm just going to keep him. The Indianapolis Colts had a lot of interest in Marcus Peters and St. Just, the 2 cornerbacks. I was able to get a first round pick from them, but I had to throw in a 4th round pick. At the midseason point, we're off to a great start once again, 5-2, leading the division. The Eagles are 3-3, the Cowboys are 3-4, and the Giants are 2-4. See what players we have to negotiate with. We have $85 million in cap space. Chase Young, definitely want to bring him back. He's 25 years old, 89 overall with superstar dev, and he has a ton of interest in coming back. Let's offer him this 3-year deal, and he's coming back. Nice. $68 million left. Deron Payne, definitely want to bring him back to 27 years old, 84 overall, scheme fit, superstar dev. Wants a 2-year deal for $23.4 million, and he's coming back. We got to keep this defensive line strong. Derek Forrest probably going to move on from him. He's going to want too much money for being a backup on the team. Charles Leno, I'm going to wait till the end of the year. He's 32 years old, so he's going to start regressing heavily. Same thing with Norwell and Roudier. It seems like our entire offensive line is just getting old. Jamin Davis, I'm going to wait till the end of the season on him and see how he does. 25 years old. We had a breakout opportunity for CJ Stroud at quarterback, and we did beat the Texans 42-14. So let's see the results, and maybe he got a dev trait upgrade. Looks like he got it. Said he had a huge day. Yes, he's jumped up to superstar dev. End of the regular season, we finished 9-8, and we did make the playoffs, even though we finished second in the division to the 11-6 Cowboys. The Giants went 8-9, and the Eagles went 7-10. So it seems like last season and this season, we started off great first half of the season, but the second half of the season, we just start not doing so great, but we still sneak into the playoffs. See what happened with the season stats. 27th ranked offense, not good. Defensively, second. Gonna have to make some changes with the playbook or something on offense. CJ Stroud threw for 4,400 yards, 31 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, 62% completion with a 96 rating. It's not a bad season by him. Robinson, 800 yards rushing, 3.5 per carry, 7 touchdowns. Gibson, 371 yards, 3.2 per carry, 5 touchdowns. I think that we need to get us a better running back. That probably helped the offense out a lot. McLaurin, 1,189 yards receiving with 14 touchdowns. Gabe Davis, 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns. Dotson, 900 yards, 8 touchdowns. Trotman ended up getting all the snaps at tight end. Apparently, he had 700 yards receiving. And that tight end, Dillinger, had 200 yards, 1 touchdown. Depth chart, the computer always messes with it all the time. Jamin Davis led the team in tackles with 120. Chase Young had 21 TFLs, and he had the most sacks with 9. Sweat had 7.5, Allen had 5, and Payne had 3.5. We had a lot of guys with 2 interceptions. Holcomb, Fuller, Davis, and Forrest. And then Diggs had 1 interception. We're going to be playing against the division rival 11-6 Dallas Cowboys in the wild card round of the playoffs. We also have the Packers against the Cardinals, the Panthers against the 49ers, and then the Seahawks had a first round bye week. I think the Seahawks got Justin Herbert at quarterback in free agency. We did beat the Cowboys 31-24. Now we're going to play against the 11-6 Seattle Seahawks in the divisional round, and you can see Justin Herbert is their quarterback, just like I thought. Check out the playoff bracket. We got the Packers against the Panthers on the other side. We ended up losing to the Seahawks 15-7. They knocked us out of the playoffs. Packers beat the Chiefs in the Super Bowl 35-10 to win their 5th Super Bowl, and Jacoby Brissett won Super Bowl MVP. Dak Prescott won MVP of the regular season with the Cowboys. Zach Taylor won Coach of the Year with the Bengals. Nick Chubb won Offensive Player of the Year with the Browns. TJ Watt won Defensive Player of the Year with the Steelers. We have 69 million in cap space. I'm gonna let Derek Forrest go to free agency. I'm also gonna move on from Charles Leno at left tackle. He's 33 years old, 78 overall. Norwell, I'm gonna end up moving on from him as well, but I am gonna bring Chase Rouillet back. He has a lot of interest in coming back. He wants a 1-year deal, almost 9 million, and he's coming back. So we got 61 million left. Jamin Davis, 26 years old, 80 overall, scheme fit, star div. He only wants a 4-year deal, 20 mil. It's pretty cheap. Go ahead and offer it to him. He's coming back. 56 million left. I don't know if we're gonna bring anyone else back. Oh yeah, Cosme, I do want to bring him back. Doesn't have a lot of interest, but he only wants a 2-year deal for pretty cheap. I'm gonna bump him up to a 4-year deal since he has like basically no interest. And he's coming back. Anybody else over here? Troutman, we're moving on from him. De'Ami Brown, we don't need him either. Yeah, that's gonna be it. This is what the team is looking like before free agency. CJ Stroud's at 81 with superstar. I think we need to try to upgrade the running back position for this offensive scheme. I think that would help out the whole offense in general. We're good at wide receiver. Hitchens is gonna be starting at left tackle. We do need another right guard or left guard. And then Dillinger, the rookie tight end, is gonna be starting first now. He has star div. Defensively, the other rookie that we had was at cornerback Stackhouse, and he has star div. Winfield. Okay, on defense, we really don't need anything. We're pretty much set. Agency, we got lucky and Josh Jacobs was available, and he's a 98 X Factor scheme fit, and he had a ton of interest in coming to the team. He had like 10 offers, but he decided to come with us on a 5-year deal. And I'm also bringing back Andrew Norwell at left guard. He was the best available, 79 overall, 33 years old. Got him on a 1-year deal. Here in the first round, we have pick number 18. I'm going to draft this left guard, Javonte Fletcher from Penn State. He's 6'2", 302 pounds. He's a pass protector, which is the scheme fit for us at the tackle positions. Got him 100% scouted. He's a true first round talent. 21 years old. He has solid acceleration and agility. Elite change of direction with good speed and solid strength. Hidden dead with 85 strength. Another first round pick here. I'm going to take this right tackle, Shaheem Dawson from Miami. He's 6'5", 339 pounds. He's a power guy, which is a scheme for us in the guards and center position. He's a true first or second round talent. Got him 100% scouted. 22 years old. Solid acceleration and agility. Great change of direction. Good speed and great strength. He's got hidden dead with 91 strength. Second round, I'm going to draft this wide receiver, Derek Melvin from Ohio. He's 6'5", 224 pounds. He's a deep threat scheme fit. 22 years old. Good agility, good jumping, solid speed with good strength. Noah Dead with 90 speed, 89 jumping. Third round, I'm going to draft this tight end, Zach Kincaid from USC. He's 6'6", 240 pounds. He's a vertical threat scheme fit. We need a backup tight end. This guy's 24 years old. Well, he has good agility, great speed, and great strength. Normal Deb, 86 speed. Checking out the draft recap, the two offensive linemen we drafted in the first round are both 74 overall. They both had hidden dev, so there's a high chance that they're going to be starting for us right away. Wide receiver I drafted in the second round is only a 68 overall. That tight end was a 66. Computer drafted the rest of these guys. Haven't looked at this wide receiver, he's 69 overall in the 7th round. Not bad for a 7th rounder being a 69 overall. Looking at the entire NFL draft recap, number 1 pick was a 73 overall quarterback that went to the Lions, and then a 70 overall offensive lineman that went to the Browns. Yikes. Highest in the whole class was an 80 running back that went to the Texans. Don't they have Damian Pierce? What the heck? Max Church, 79 overall quarterback that went to the Panthers. This is the starting lineup for season 3. I'm going to go ahead and keep the same offensive and defensive schemes and playbooks. We brought in Jacobs at running back, so I'm going to see if that makes a change on this offense. He's a 99 X Factor. CJ Stroud is an 81 superstar div. McLaurin's a 96 with X Factor. Davis 87 with star div. I think I'm going to go ahead and let Norwell and Cosme just go ahead and start this season. I know we just drafted some guys, but I'm going to let them develop 1 year. Defensively, the defense has been, top 2, top 5 the entire time, so we're just going to stick with what we got. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? At the midseason point, we're off to a pretty good start once again. We're 4-2, second to the 5-2 Cowboys. The Giants are 4-3, and the Eagles are 1-6. See what players we have to negotiate with. We have 110 million in cap space. Scary Terry McLaurin, 29 years old, 95 overall, scheme fit. Got X Factor. He wants a 4-year deal for 85 mil. Let's offer it to him. He's coming back. Jonathan Allen, 30 years old, 92 overall, star dev. I'm gonna go ahead and just offer them deal. He has a ton of interest, so he's coming back. 71 million left. Kendall Fuller at cornerback. He's 30 years old. I'm gonna wait till the end of the season. Brian Robinson, I think we're gonna end up moving on from him. Nate Davis at right guard, 28 years old, star dev, 80 overall. I'm gonna go ahead and re-sign him. He has a ton of interest. He's coming back. Jahan Dotson, 25 years old, 81 overall, scheme fit. He only has normal dev, but I'm gonna go ahead and offer it to him. He's coming back. Who else we got? Norwell, moving on from him. Rouillet, I'm gonna wait till the end of the year. End of the regular season, we went 11-6, won the division. The Cowboys went 10-7. The Giants went 9-8, and the Eagles went 4-13. See what happened with the player stats over here. We had the 4th ranked offense, so yeah, offense came up big time after we got the running back Jacobs. Defensively 11th, still pretty good. CJ Stroud threw for almost 4,600 yards, 36 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, 64% completion with a 104 rating, his best season yet. Josh Jacobs at running back was a huge upgrade. He only had 264 carries but ran for over 1,500 yards, 5.8 per carry with 16 touchdowns. Robinson as a backup only had 3.6 per carry, still had 8 touchdowns though. McLaurin 1,100 yards receiving 9 touchdowns. Dotson 1,100 yards with 6 touchdowns. Tight end Dillinger 700 yards, 4 touchdowns. Gabe Davis 700 yards, 8 touchdowns. Defensively, Cole Holcomb led the team in tackles with 154. Montez Sweat had 13 TFLs and he led the team in sacks with 11. Jonathan Allen had 9.5. Chase Young had 8.5. Deron Payne had 7. Cole Holcomb led the team in interceptions with 5. Cameron Mitchell had 4 interceptions. Winfield had 3. Davis had 2. And then Yarbrough, Stackhouse, Fuller, Diggs, and Davis all had 1 interception. We're going to be playing against the division rival New York Giants. They went 9-8 on the season. We also have the Bears against the Buccaneers, the Falcons against the Cowboys, and then the 49ers had a first-round bye week. Unfortunately, the Giants beat us 27-20, knocking us out of the playoffs. Chiefs beat the Giants in the Super Bowl 31-28 to win their 3rd Super Bowl. L'Jarius Sneed won Super Bowl MVP. Josh Allen won MVP of the regular season with the Bills. Zach Taylor won Coach of the Year with the Bengals. Keenan Allen won Offensive Player of the Year with the Chargers. TJ Watt won Defensive Player of the Year with the Steelers. We have $82 million in cap space. Kendall Fuller is 31 years old. He's still 85 overall, star dev. He wants a 1-year deal. He has some interest, but not a ton. I'm gonna bump him up. Let's go to 13 mil. And he's coming back. We got 69 million left. Brian Robinson, probably just gonna move on from him. Chase Rouillet at center. And Andrew Norwell probably gonna move on from both of them. Everyone else, peace. This is what the team is looking like before free agency. CJ Stroud's at 85 with superstar dev. The only thing that we really need on offense would be a backup running back, I guess. Offensive line, I moved Nate Davis to center. I moved Cosme to right guard because Fletcher is a better pass blocker at right tackle and he's a scheme fit. Dillinger's up to a 79 with star dev. Defensively, I mean, we're pretty much set everywhere. We do have Cameron Curl here. He's injured right now, so that's why it's not showing him. And then Yarbrough apparently jumped up to star dev in his 2nd year. The heck? I don't even remember this dude. I mean, I guess I remember drafting him, but it's weird that he just jumped up to star dev randomly. The only thing I'm doing in free agency is bringing in Jamal Williams at running back to be the backup. He's an 81 overall, star dev, scheme fit, 30 years old. First round of the draft, we have pick number 21. I only have 2 guys left on my favorites board. I'm going to draft this defensive tackle, Earl Loud from Utah. He's 6'6", 303 pounds. He's a run-stopping scheme fit. Got him 100% scouted. He's a true first-round talent. He's 21 years old. Great acceleration, great agility, great speed with elite strength. He has hidden dev with 95 strength and 74 speed, 84 acceleration. Here in the 2nd round, I still have this other defensive tackle here. His name's Cole Hartwell. He's from Georgia, 6'2", 331 pounds. He's a run-stopping scheme fit, 100% scouted, true 1st to 2nd round talent. 23 years old. He has elite strength, but everything else is looking eh. But he does have A in a lot of stuff. He's got normal dev with 99 strength. Dang, dude, strong as crap. Third round, I'm going to draft this outside linebacker, Kyrie Parrish from North Carolina. He's 5'11", 224 pounds. He's a pass coverage guy. 21 years old. He's a top fit for us. He has great acceleration and agility, elite change of direction, great jumping with elite speed. He's got hidden dev with 87 speed. Looking at the draft recap, the first three guys that we picked all look pretty good. The first round pick was a 76 overall defensive tackle, then a 73 overall defensive tackle, 71 overall outside linebacker. The first round pick, Earl Loud, is a 76 hidden dev, 95 strength, 75 block shed, 70 power moves, 64 finesse moves. He does have 84 acceleration with 79 tackle and 74 speed. Looking at the entire NFL draft recap, the Eagles drafted a quarterback with the #1 pick. He's an 80 overall. And he was the highest in the entire class, along with the 80 overall free safety that went to the Giants. This is the starting lineup for the 4th season. CJ Stroud's an 83 superstar. Jacobs is a 99 X Factor. McLaurin's a 95 X Factor. Gabe Davis 88 with star dev. Dotson's an 83 with normal dev. The offensive line is all in the upper 70s to low 80s. Dillinger, the tight ends, is 79 with star dev. Defensively, we still got Allen, Payne, Young, and Sweat on the defensive line. I know I just drafted 2 defensive tackles in, was it the first and second round? But Allen and Payne are getting up there in age, so we're going to have to replace them eventually. They're both on the last year of their deal, so could end up moving on from Allen after this season and let Loud come in and be the starter next year. Diggs is a 91 with star dev. Fuller is an 86 with star dev. Stackhouse 81 with star dev. Winfield is a 91 with superstar dev. And then Curl, he's still injured for some reason. 4 more weeks. He's an 88 overall with star dev. And then at linebackers, we got Davis, Holcomb, and Yarbrough. All Davis and Holcomb are both in the low 80s, and Yarbrough's a 72. At the midseason point, we're 4-3, leading the division along with the Eagles, who are 4-3, and the Cowboys and Giants are both 3-3. See what players we have to negotiate with. We got $127 million in cap space. Trayvon Diggs, 28 years old, 91 overall star dev. He wants a 1-year deal for $18.4 million. Go ahead and offer it to him. He's coming back. Jonathan Allen, I'm going to wait till the end of the season. He's 31 years old and he has no interest in coming back to the team. Gabe Davis, 27 years old. He's an 87 overall scheme fit star dev. Wants a 3-year deal for about $42 million. I'm going to offer it to him. He wants more years. All right. Montez Sweat at defensive end. He has a ton of interest in coming back. 29 years old. I'm going to wait till the end of the year. I do want to bring him back, but he might regress a little bit. Deron Payne, 29 years old, 86 overall, star dev. No, yeah, superstar dev, my bad. Scheme fit. He only wants a 1-year deal. I'll go ahead and give that to him. Nice. The reason why I re-signed him is because he only wanted a 1-year deal as compared to Montez Sweat. He wants a 3-year deal, so I'm going to wait on that. Kendall Fuller, 31 years old. I'm going to wait till the end of the season. End of the regular season, we finished 9-8. We did make it into the playoffs. The Eagles went 12-5. The Cowboys went 8-9, and the Giants went 6-11. Let's see what happened with the player stats here. We had the 13th ranked offense. Defensively, we were ranked number 11, so we're actually doing decent. CJ Stroud, 4,300 yards passing, 35 touchdowns, only 9 interceptions, 65% completion with the 103 rating. That's pretty good. Rushing yards, Josh Jacobs is a freaking beast. 1,688 yards, 5.7 per carry with 18 touchdowns. Jamal Williams only 3.6 per carry. He had 3 touchdowns, and then Darren Ware had 4 touchdowns. Terry McLaurin had 1,300 yards receiving with 10 touchdowns on 100 catches. Dotson, 800 yards receiving, 7 touchdowns. Dillinger, 800 yards, 7 touchdowns. Davis, 700 yards with 3 touchdowns. Defensively, Jamin Davis led the team in tackles with 143. Chase Young had 17 TFLs. Jonathan Allen had 11 sacks. Chase Young had 10. Montez Sweat 8.5. Deron Payne 5.5. Trayvon Diggs had 6 interceptions. Nice. Cole Holcomb and Stackhouse both had 3 interceptions. Davis, Curl, and Yarbrough all had 1 interception. We're going to be playing against the 9-8 Chicago Bears in the wild card round of the playoffs. We also have the Eagles against the Packers, the Seahawks against the 49ers, and then the Panthers had a first round bye week. We did end up beating the Bears 45-31. Now we're going to be taking on the 12-5 Carolina Panthers in the divisional round. On the other side, we have the Eagles against the Seahawks. Panthers knocked us out of the playoffs, beating us 35-21. Dolphins beat the Panthers in the Super Bowl 42-7 to win their third Super Bowl. Quarterback Scotty Sylvan won Super Bowl MVP. Joe Burrow won MVP of the regular season with the Bengals. Doug Peterson won Coach of the Year with the Jaguars. Elijah Moore won Offensive Player of the Year with the Texans. Max Crosby won Defensive Player of the Year with the Raiders. We have $121 million in cap space. I'm probably gonna end up bringing Jonathan Allen back, but I'm gonna go through and try to see what else we can do first. And if we have enough money, then I'll come back and get him for sure. Gabe Davis, 28 years old, 88 overall, scheme fit, star dev. We offered him a 3-year deal before and he turned it down, so let's go to a 4-year deal. He's coming back. $106 million left. Montez Sweat, definitely want to bring him back. It's gonna be the last year of the rebuild, so let's offer him this 3-year deal. He wants to go to free agency. What the heck? How much is it to franchise tag him? $29 million. I mean, we have a lot of money, but let's see. Kendall Fuller is down to 84 overall, star dev. He wants a 1-year deal for almost $10 million. He doesn't have a ton of interest, so let's bump it up to $11 million. He's coming back. $95 million left. Cole Holcomb at middle linebacker. I always try to upgrade the middle linebacker spot by going to free agency, but then there ends up being nobody there, so I'm going to go ahead and re-sign Holcomb. He only wants 2 years, $8 million, so if anything, it could be a backup if we end up finding a better linebacker in free agency. Kicker Jake Moody wants 2 years, $7 million. He doesn't have a lot of interest, so let's just bump it up to 4 years, make sure that he re-signs. We still have $87 million left, so I'm going to go ahead and franchise tag Montez Sweat. I know it's a lot, but we have the money for it, so we have $58 million left after that. Jonathan Allen, I'm going to go ahead and try to re-sign him. Doesn't have a lot of interest, so I'm going to bump him up to, let's go to $15 million for 1 year and see what he says. He wants to go to free agency. Alright, well that's it. This is what the team is looking like before free agency. Really don't need anything on offense. We still have Hitchens and he's injured right now, but the rest of the offensive line and him, they're still good. Tight end's good, wide receivers good, running backs good. Defensively, we do have Loud at defensive tackle, so we could just roll with him. Okay, let's see, cornerback still looking good. Safeties, I mean, the whole team is just looking freaking awesome, so really don't need it to go crazy. Could try to upgrade the middle linebacker like I was saying before, so let's see what happens in free agency. This is what the middle linebackers are looking like in free agency. Not really anything too much better than what we have, so I'm not going to be messing with that. Only thing that I ended up doing in free agency was signing Deion Dawkins, a left tackle. He's an 85 overall, so he's going to give us immediate upgrade on the offensive line. Also, I did try to bring back Jonathan Allen at defensive tackle. I actually offered him a 3-year deal, but he turned it down to go for a 1-year deal with the Patriots. I ended up simulating the entire draft since it's the last year of the rebuild. The computer drafted this wide receiver in the first round. He's a 75 overall, and he does have hidden dev, 22 years old. Pretty good pick by them for sure. And then they also drafted this running back in the 4th round. He's a 74 overall, and he has hidden dev as well. So we have some good depth on the team for the last season. Looking at the entire NFL draft recap, the number 1 pick was a 72 overall quarterback that went to the Cardinals. And the highest in the entire draft was a running back, 77 overall. Actually, there's 2 of them, one that went to the Colts and one that went to the Detroit Lions. This is what the team is looking like for the 5th and final season. CJ Stroud's an 84 superstar dev. Jacobs is a 99 X Factor. McLaurin's a 96 X Factor. Dotson's a 84 with normal dev. Davis is a 89 star dev. Dillinger at tight end's 81 with star dev. Offensive line is probably the best it has been the entire rebuild. Defensively, Chase Young is the highest overall in the entire defense. He's a 94 X Factor. We're going to have Loud starting at defensive tackle 2. He's 81 with star dev. Payne's a 87 with superstar. Sweat's a 88 with star. Trayvon Diggs is a 92 with superstar. Stackhouse is 82 with star. Fuller is 84 with star. Antoine Winfield Jr. is a 92 with star. Davis is a 84. Holcomb's a 81. And then Cameron Curl's a 89 with star dev. At the midseason point, we're off to a great start once again. 6-1, leading the division. The Eagles and the Giants are both 4-2, and the Cowboys are 4-3, simulating to the playoffs to see if we make it in. In true fashion of the video, we started off well, and then the second half of the season, we always do bad. We finished 9-8, last in the division, did not make the playoffs. The Cowboys went 11-6, and the Eagles and Giants both went 10-7. See what happened with the season stats here. We had the 4th ranked offense, so best offense that we had. Defensively, ranked 27th. What the heck? So losing 1 defensive tackle did that to the defense. CJ Stroud threw for 4,300 yards, 37 touchdowns, only 9 interceptions, 66% completion with a 104 rating. Looking at Stroud's career stats, so he actually had the best season so far. He had the same rating, 104.1, but he did throw for more touchdowns and less interceptions. So I mean, he's been getting better every time, and I don't know if this is going to be his ceiling or not, but if it is, it's still pretty good. Holy crap, look at this rushing yards. Josh Jacobs, 1,920 yards, 7.2 per carry, only 268 attempts, 17 touchdowns. That's freaking insane. The best season he had by far, for sure. Jamal Williams, 8 rushing touchdowns, 4.1 per carry. Terry McLaurin had 1,000 yards, 9 touchdowns. Davis, 1,000 yards, 11 touchdowns. Dillinger, 800 yards, 8 touchdowns. Dotson, 800 yards with 6 touchdowns. Jamin Davis led the team in tackles with 142. Chase Young had 18 TFLs. Sweat had 10 sacks. Chase Young had 9. Loud had 5, and Payne had 4. Fuller had 4 interceptions. Stackhouse had 3. Diggs had 2. Holcomb, Davis, Curl, Winfield, and Rowan all had 1. The Giants beat the Bengals in the Super Bowl 31-28 to win their 5th Super Bowl, and Jordan Love won Super Bowl MVP for the Giants. Scott Sylvan won MVP of the regular season with the Dolphins. Matt Rule still won Coach of the Year with the Panthers. Nick Chubb won Offensive Player of the Year with the Browns. Divine Diablo won Defensive Player of the Year with the Raiders. This is what the final team looks like. CJ Stroud's up to 86 with superstar div. Josh Jacobs is having a crazy season out here, rushing for almost 2,000 yards. All in all, I think that the offense was built up pretty nicely. I mean, the offensive line probably could have been a little bit better, but I'm not trying to go out there and go crazy and get like 95 overall everything. I'm trying to develop some of the players that they have on the team. Defensively, we still got pretty much the same defense. Still have Payne, Sweat, Young. Still got Fuller. And then we also have Davis and Holcomb and Curl. So we made a couple of changes here. We ended up bringing in Trayvon Diggs and then Antoine Winfield Jr. And then we drafted Loud at defensive tackle. But all in all, the defense was actually pretty stout the entire time, as expected, especially with this defensive line. That's going to be it for the video. If you like what you saw, please consider subscribing to the channel. Hit the like button. Make some suggestions down below in the comments of other types of videos that you would like to see. I appreciate everyone for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace!